talk about boundless love and how to love yourself for nothing. So today, boundless love. Why is all my Bibles not working? Okay, let me get a new pen. 1 second. 1 second. This works. Okay, sorry about that. So today we're going to talk about boundless love and loving yourself for nothing. So if you're watching, welcome back. And I'm doing live sessions these days, so it's good to subscribe and be joining me in the morning and in the evening for live sessions about Bloom, where we are the oasis of self-love. There is no channel like this one on the entire YouTube. I can promise you that. So here we are going to give you live information on how to love yourself. So make sure that you're subscribing and watching all the videos that we make on self-love and being the oasis of your own self-love. Self-love has to come from within. So today I want to share you about a story of this man named Dan. He was severely traumatized by both his parents in his childhood. He says he was physically and psychologically abused by his parents. His dad called him soulless, worthless, and not good for any work. So what he resigned to do, he acted as if he was happy, but he really said that he didn't have any real winning feelings within him. So people thought he was egoic, but he was actually feeling very worthless inside, ashamed and defeated inside. And since he was not feeling love, he had to act to deceive people that he actually was feeling love. So you can see when people call you worthless, they abuse you, you can develop a self-limiting belief program that you are worthless. And in fact, nobody cares about you. It happens in our lives. And so he says the feelings of worthlessness attacked him whenever his momentum dropped, and it was everywhere. It was like his brain had reprinted the words from his father, and however much for years he tried to change with positive words and positive thinking, it never changed because his father's words like "you're worthless, you're soulless" kept playing in his mind over and over again. So when he started to do meditation, nothing changed for like 3 months. Sometimes when you live with a lot of abuse for a long time and then you start doing meditation, you might think other people just do meditation and they get this transformational change within no time. And you're like, why is it taking me forever? Nothing happened for 3 months. But I want you not to be scared when you feel like, oh, you've been trying to do positive thinking and meditation and nothing is changing, because transformational change, hello, funny boy. What am I doing? Today, sorry, if you're joining in, welcome. Today we are talking about boundless love. When you find yourself, when you start loving yourself unconditionally after so many years of abuse, and how it feels like, and the process that you go through, just bringing in that transformational change and boundless love in your life. So that's what we are talking about today. So Ranjit, hi. So thanks again, guys, for tuning in. Today we are talking about transformational change, boundless love, loving yourself for nothing, for nothing at all, okay? We are talking about feeling worthy for not being anything, for not being, feeling good just because you exist, not because you have a job, not because you have achieved anything in your life. We are talking about boundless love, transformational love, loving yourself for nothing at all. So I was talking about this guy named Dan who was abused by both his parents psychologically and physically, and he had so many feelings of worthlessness. And when he started doing meditation, nothing changed at all. For 3 months, nothing changed at all. And so he started thinking like he was a monster, like he was a psycho, a narcissist, that some people, do change after 1 or 2 meditations, like they start feeling goosebumps. But for him, he was just feeling nothing. He wasn't feeling love. He wasn't feeling emotion. He was emotionally numb inside. So, and he was praying to God to have mercy upon him and to let him feel something like a human, to feel love inside. And he wasn't able to get those feelings. So anyway, it didn't happen for him immediately. And that's what I was saying. When you're studying meditation or these practices of love, like exercising, working out, and you're trying to open up your heart, it might not happen immediately, but it will happen because change comes slowly. Just remember how you learned how to walk. You had to learn how to crawl. You had to learn how to say A, B, C, D before you could write or anything. So just because you're learning a new language of emotions, of love, of self-compassion and self-care, don't expect change to just happen overnight. So don't be scared. Transformational change will always happen inevitably, as long as you keep doing the changes, you keep working on yourself slowly by slowly. So let's continue on. Hello, if you're here. If you have any questions, just type them and I'll see them. If you have any questions on the transformational change, and also if you have any topics that you would want to discuss too, feel free to let me know about them. So we're talking about transformational change. So one day, Dan started feeling love. He felt love. He felt it. And it was, he says, today, September 23, during Metta, I noticed I was fearing from experiencing an emotion. He was fearing, like he was doing meditation, and then he started feeling an emotion come in, and then he was like, hi. Yeah, and he was like, something, I'm afraid of this emotion that's coming in. And then he tells himself to let go. He says, I let it go. I said, allow the experience. Whatever rises up, I am ready. Then I said, may I feel love. And I felt light and ease and bright. So he was lying in his bed when he felt the embrace, like a hug, like something coming from inside of him that started to vibrate his whole body. And it almost filled his whole being. Sometimes you have that transformational experience during meditation. And I have had my own healing experiences when I was meditating. All of a sudden, I wasn't in this world. I went right into my body and I could feel all the energy systems coming, a lot of energy coming to my heart. I was inside my own body, and that was something, sometimes we don't feel our heart, we don't feel our organs, we don't feel the blood flowing in our body. When that happened, I was inside my own body and I could feel, I had a lot of anxiety and stress, and now I could feel like all the blood coming through into my heart. Meditation can transform your life unconditionally. So here again, we see Dan saying that he was lying down and he felt the embrace, like something like a warm hug. It was like a warm hug from inside of him, and it started to vibrate and fill his own body. So I want you to know that if you've been through childhood abuse, neglect, you lost both of your parents, you've been lonely in your life, you don't have to keep feeling that way, because our mind is plastic. It can change, just like you can mold a Play-Doh. It can change. And you have the power to change your mind. Just like Diane did through meditation, he was feeling like he was, like a monster, because he could not feel any feelings from inside of him. And he started meditations. Nothing happened for 3 months. Nothing happened. And then all of a sudden, this big transformation, and that shocked his whole being. And this is what, like, a lot of people don't see. Like, change happens slowly, but it will happen. And so he said, then I started to feel good from nowhere. From nowhere at all, for no reason at all, he says the positive affirmations started to rehearse themselves. So he had been practicing like for 3 months positive affirmation, encouraging himself, telling him like everything is going to be okay. I am blessed, I am loved, whatever I'm going through, there will be a breakthrough. He kept telling himself like life is going to get better and better every day. In every way, I'm getting better and better. He kept rehearsing these positive affirmations, and then they started rehearsing themselves. This shows that you can create a new mind by repetition, by just telling yourself good things over time. You create a new mind, you wire in a new mind. And this is what we talk about neuroplasticity, like your brain being like a Play-Doh. It can be changed. You can change your life at any day, at any time in your life, right? If you give yourself like a good 3 to 6 months of practicing the things that I encourage in this channel, you will move your brain from survival mode to thriving mode. But it's something that you have to do over time. So guys, if you're new to this channel, welcome back. This is Bloom. We are the oasis of self-love, and today we are talking about boundless love, loving yourself for nothing at all, especially for people coming from abusive families or relationships, or you've gone through an adverse, like something happening like a divorce, you're feeling betrayed. I can tell you, you can heal through self-love. So, so he started saying he was shocked and almost cried. He was like, how could I love myself for nothing? This is what transformational change feels like, This is what transformational change feels like. You come from years of abuse, and then all of a sudden, when your heart starts to open like a lotus flower, right? When you feel like you have been locked out of love, out of connection, even within yourself, all of a sudden you're crying because you're like, how can I love myself for nothing at all? That is how transformational change feels like. So he was like, how could I experience this weird feeling? Yep. He's like, yep. The doubtful inner me, his doubtful voice, that inner critic, again comes in and like, how could you just love yourself? How can you start making this positive change? How can you start loving yourself? And that happens to any one of us. But I want to tell you, when you start meditating and then you start feeling like the inner critic is coming back, I want you to remember, transformational change is still a process, right? Doubts can come, so don't worry about that, because you're learning a new language of self-love, of self-care. Of course, you already have that. You're coming from a place where you've been abused, or some people are bringing you down. So already you have that program. There is nothing wrong with that program. The wrong thing is not challenging that program. Yeah, but as long as you're challenging, you're doing your meditations, you're doing your positive affirmations, you're creating a new network of friends who are positive, as long as your trajectory, I'll help you with self-care. I will help you with self-care, don't worry. Leg breaker, you will, in this channel, just hit that subscribe button. You're going to transform in this channel. Transformational change is going to happen to you. Don't worry. I'll show you how. I will show you how. Yeah. You're in good. You got to this channel for a reason. There are no coincidences in life. You got on this channel, you got here for a reason. And I'm promising you, you're going to change. You are going to change. Just subscribe, watch live sessions. They are free. My live sessions are free, and you're going to change. So we are talking about transformational change when you already have a program. Don't worry about the program. If you're coming from a negative environment, places where you felt like people didn't love you, they neglected you, they said they don't see you as anything, okay, just know that you have a program, but you can change your mind. There is neuroplasticity. The mind can be changed. The mind is like Play-Doh. So when Dan started feeling weird, that now he's starting to experience all this transformational change. He's been meditating. He's starting to feel love coming from within. His the inner critic, that mind, is like, how can you just love yourself? How can you just feel worthy just because you exist, right? And then he had another inner voice. He had another inner voice. Now the new program, he had that other inner voice. And this inner voice was telling him, this is unconditional love. This is unconditional love. This is boundless love. It's loving yourself for nothing at all. Like your body, the universe, God loves you for nothing at all. Okay? Nothing at all. I'm telling you, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have a job. You don't have to have goals in life. Okay? To love and feel worthy. You are just worthy just because you exist. You are worthy just because you exist. And you have to tell yourself this. I am worthy just because I exist. Just because I'm here. Breathing air. I am worthy. Okay? Somebody is telling me, leg breaker, you're telling me you have dealt with a non-affectionate relationship. But how do I do that? But how do I do that when you're so attractive? It's not about me. It's not about me. It's about you. Somebody said, people don't have to love you. People don't even have to like you. But when you look into the mirror, you had better like what you see. You had better like what you see. The biggest enemy of our self-love is not even the thoughts. It's your conscience. It's your conscience. Like, do you believe you're a kind person? Do you believe you're a generous person? Do you believe that you deserve love? Because your conscience is king. I always say to people, if you really want to love yourself, do not do anything that will be against your conscience. If you want to love yourself, if you want to live a peaceful life with yourself, with the comfort of your own conscience, do not do anything against your conscience. So it doesn't matter, even if you're not, some people are not affectionate. There are things that you can do. For example, you can take care of an animal. Yesterday we were talking about caring for others. You can adopt a pet, take care of it, and love it, and that you will still have affection. Love is love, right? You will still feel like the fact that you're giving something, you're giving love, caring for something, nurturing something. Love is about nurturing, taking care, defending, giving. The Bible says it's better to give than to receive, right? So giving, give. Why does it say give? Because when you give, it says give and it will come back to you, a good measure, pressed down, shaken together, running over. Imagine it's like this cup of tea here. You pour it so much love, I give it so much love, it starts becoming more, and it starts to pour because it's a lot, right? A good measure, shaken together, running over. So I'm saying, even if you don't come from a place where people loved you, people taking care of you, people nurturing you, don't teach your mind that is the default. Do not teach your mind that is the default, because if you stop caring, if you stop loving, you stop growing. You stop growing. So you have to love yourself enough to start giving love so that you can get it back. Do not let those people who raised you, who treated you badly, to determine how much you can love and how much love you can receive. Be the giver. Go give us, get more. People who give more, get more. So let me know what you think right now. Faith Kanini, welcome back. You're saying affirmations is the first step to self-love. I 100% agree with you. You have to affirm yourself. You have to affirm yourself that you love yourself and that you are worthy of love. You have to challenge that negative program that you got from the people who abused, neglected you, the people who put a wrong program in you. You have to challenge their statements. You have to challenge what program they put in your mind by affirming yourself. 100% Faith, I agree with you. And leg breaker, you're saying, I am just saying I can work on this kind of thing with someone I'm having so attracted that I find myself staring at you thinking. That's the distraction. That's the distraction. I mean, I understand. I understand that. But the thing is to focus on your growth. The thing is, you focus on your growth. You can work on those things. I like that. I will focus on that thing that you're saying, that you will focus on your growth, because this is what my channel is about. This is what God has called me to do. So yes, keep trying. Trying makes perfect. It's all about trying. It's really all about trying. It's all about trying. And the more effort you make every day, those small efforts, they increase. It's like over time, you will look at the things that you have done. So let's go back to what you need to do to challenge a bad program. When people have told you you're worthless, like my friend, Dan here, somebody told him he was worthless and soulless. His father told him that. And you can, when people tell you like things like you're worthless and soulless, and you can believe that inherently that you're unlovable. Those programs, they can make you think that there's something wrong inherently with you. And that's why we have to challenge those thoughts. That's why we have to challenge those thoughts, because you don't want to be stuck, and going through life feeling worthless. And other people, they are predators. They are people who are predatory in their nature. If you're feeling worthless, they'll take advantage of you, right? So because now you have a low self-esteem program, we have to create a high esteem program where you feel I am valuable just because I exist, and it doesn't matter who else says otherwise. It does not matter. Like, we have to create that program. So yesterday I was sharing like some of the things that I had to tell myself to create a good program in my mind, to create like the affirmations that I tell myself when people don't like me, when people don't respect me, when people treat me like I'm less than. Like, there are things that I go to, and let me grab them. Yeah, I tell myself that I am not broken. One of the things that I tell myself is I am not broken. I am evolving. I am learning. I am growing. And I tell myself every day, in every day, in every way, I am getting better and better. I'm getting better at loving myself. I'm getting better at taking care of my body. I'm getting better at choosing the right kinds of foods for my body. I'm getting better at choosing better friends, people who love me, people who tell me good things about myself, people who, massage my self-esteem, like people who help me grow. So you tell yourself every day, in every way, I am getting better and better. I think this is one of the most powerful things I have ever told myself. You know, when I wake up and I'm just starting to feel like self-doubt creeping in, I tell myself every day, in every way, I am getting better and better. In the morning, when you prime yourself for the day, priming yourself, a lot of people don't understand. Like, you can wake up and feel like, I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to face people. I don't want to talk to anybody. Sometimes you can get to that point, you know? So what I do is I prime myself for the day. I prime myself for the day. You know, whether I'm going to play like some motivational music, or I'm going to listen to a preacher tell me your life is worth it, keep going, God, you know, I prime my mind for victory in the morning. You know, I want them to tell me that, yes, this day I'm going to get it. I am worth it. You know, because what you tell yourself or what you hear, sound is energy, and energy affects your nervous system. So how you prepare your mind for the day is very, very important. And you do it one day, you feel like nothing. Then you do it for the second day, then you feel like nothing. But over time, it changes your brain, because you have created a new program in your mind. It changes your brain. So Faith, you're telling me it's all about trusting the process and taking time with yourself and understand your inner self. Exactly, exactly, exactly. I could not agree more. Once you understand that your brain can change, just the way that you learned how to crawl, and then you learned how to, you know, you make your first step in life, and then now you can run, you can go for hikes, you can do anything. That's the same way we teach our brain. You know, small things. You learn how to crawl, you learn how to affirm yourself, you tell yourself that you love yourself, you make good choices, you remove negative things in your life. All of a sudden you will look like, oh my goodness, I created a positive environment for myself. I have nurturing emotions that are thriving. And then you're like, oh, my actions are positive. And then you start seeing the results of your positive actions and all the things. You know, it's kind of like planting a garden. You know, you put the soil, you put water, the nutrients, you weed out things, you know, you trust the process, and then you wake up and you're like, oh wow, look at the beautiful garden. The garden is your mind, your whole nervous system, your actions, the way you do things, the life you're going to create. It works. It works. I like that, Faith. Thank you so much. And then uh, leg breaker, you're saying, I agree, but I have to probably go to a different channel, because I don't want to say things or think things I shouldn't, because okay, you find me gorgeous, okay, all right, we understand that. If you want to go to a different channel and you feel that that's where you're going to find your your breakthrough, I am happy for you too. So you can find breakthrough anywhere, and that's the biggest thing. And I am so happy that you like my channel. Just hit the subscribe button, like. Thanks for the comments. All this is wonderful. Like hearing people, you know, understand like transformational change has to happen. Like somebody said that if you don't feel love, you cannot be rich. Somebody was saying, I saw that. Somebody said, if you don't feel love, you cannot be rich. And it's so unfortunate, because you can teach a child to hate themselves. Children can be taught to hate themselves. And there is something wrong with people who teach children to hate themselves. One of the most hated people in the planet is Joseph Kony, because Joseph Kony, he's a Ugandan rebel, right? He kidnaps children and trains them to be child soldiers. And we know that you can't like teaching a child to be a soldier, to kill people, to not have empathy, that child can grow up to be somebody who is very, very dangerous, because if you don't teach them anything, you don't teach them empathy, you just teach them how to kill, they can become, very fierce, because that's how you train. The human brain is like a garden. How you condition it is how it's going to grow. So Joseph Kony is hated. And they did studies for these kids who have been gone through like trauma, right? And if they've gone through for a long time, like in that like very harsh conditions, no emotions, no love, just being taught how to fight and hate. They did studies and their brains could not recognize emotions, like positive emotions, like love. It's like a part that part of the brain that recognizes positive emotions was never fired, like it was never activated, or it died. In the world of neuroscience and the way humans work is that if you don't use something, you can lose it. You can lose it. So if you don't smile, you can forget how to smile altogether. you know so if you don't love, you can find it like it's a strange language when you see people hugging and kissing, and just kind of like having a good time. like it can be strange to your brain. And a lot of us coming from childhood trauma, it's a very foreign language, unfortunately, when people are affectionate or genuine. You're like, are you trying for sure? Are you being honest? Or somebody being kind to you? Somebody suddenly being kind to you, you're like, what do you want from me? You, like, what's wrong? Right? And you don't realize it's the way the mind has been conditioned. It's the way just the brain has been conditioned to be fearful, and suspicious of other people's good intentions. And you realize that, oh, I have to recondition my brain to be trusting and loving, to be more positive. So like one of the things that you have to be aware is how your brain has been conditioned, and then changing it. Oh, oh, Nancy Canini. Oh, that's my sister. Oh, I love you. My sister and Alvin, my nephew, they are watching me. I love that, love that, love that. Faith Canini. Oh, my family. It's my whole family that's there. It's my whole family watching me. I love this, love this, love this. Yeah, so we are talking about growing, and changing the program in your mind, like growing, changing the program in your mind. All of us can grow. All of us can grow, can learn to condition our brain a different way. And so childhood, the roots of self-esteem, and how to grow and become like somebody who has confidence, somebody who has more self-esteem. All that is wonderful. So guys, thanks so much for attending these live sessions. I really like when we hear more about what you're going through and what you need to change in your life so that you can thrive and become a 2.0 you. One of the things that I did when I was going through transformational change, my coach told me, Monica, right now you're 1.0 version of you, 1.0. And want you to become a 2.0 version of yourself, right? Like a 2.0. So I had to write down my 1.0 me, like who I think I am right now. And then I had to write my 2.0 version of me, like who I want to become, And so when I was doing my affirmations, I had to look at everything that I had written about my 2.0 version of myself, including the money that I want to make, my business, everything, the 2.0 version of myself, how I dress, how I talk, how people treat me, everything that I wanted in my life, 2.0 me, 2.0 me. And then I started making those my affirmations every day, every day. I am abundant, I am secure, I am financially secure, I have everything that I need in my life. I am grateful for my life. People love me. I started telling myself all those things. And what you do, you get a book like this. Let me show you. A blank book like this. Nothing written here, right? And every day you write the things you're grateful for. You write the things that you have accomplished. You write all the positive things that you want in your life. You get a book every day, you write the things that you want. What you're doing is you're training your mind about the things that you want, like you've already achieved them. Like you don't say like, I want to become a millionaire. You say, I am a millionaire. You are a millionaire. Time will just, catch up to your situation. But you are. You are, right? Time will catch up to your situation. So that's what we do when we have transformational change. We write things as if they have already happened, as if God has already brought those blessings to us. And then we affirm them. Your mind, your brain, it will find a way. What our brain does is when it realizes like, oh, I am a millionaire, it will now start making that a reality, because it cannot stay in a situation where like you are convinced you are a millionaire and you're not seeing that. Your brain will just have to say, there is a gap here, I need to close it. Okay? Then it will start making you think like a millionaire, and over time you're going to become a millionaire. So you always start with, I am a millionaire. I don't care even if you have like $0 in your bank. You just say, I am a millionaire. Your mind will find a way to bridge that gap with the situation you are, because you're a millionaire. It will make sure that it brings those millions to you. It will find a way. It will find a way, because that's who you are. So this is my morning session. It's already past, with 30 minutes past. And thanks all of you for tuning in. I'll do another live session later in the evening for everybody who missed this session. So tomorrow, for people who are like in Africa, that will be in the morning for you guys, because it's morning right here. Right here it's like 9:50 a.m. So then we do another live sessions for people who are going to work and miss this session, so we can have another 30-minute session for them. So let me know if you're in the US and you want to take some classes online of unconditional love and transformational change to help you understand how your brain works and how you can leverage that knowledge to bring about positive change in your life, in your family, in your community, where you live, become a new person, make more money, love more. We can have you sign up to our classes. You can take some of our classes. A 5-day challenge for you will be good. And then if you want to continue on this journey with us, I definitely want you to continue with the journey. But anyway, until next time, I'm hoping that God will bless you abundantly, and keep subscribing to this channel. Faith, you say you enjoyed this session. Awesome. I love hearing that. Every time somebody is blessed on this channel, I am so grateful. Positive change, healing can happen anywhere with anybody. You just have to trust the process. You just have to trust the process. That your mind will change over time. It will happen. It will happen. So thanks again. Let's catch up to today evening and also tomorrow if you're able to make it. Join tomorrow. So thanks again, and until next time, may God bless you.